Welcome back to Midnight Echo. These 5 clips are so terrifying. Some people couldn't even finish watching. If you love paranormal stories, subscribe so you don't miss the next video. Now, let's start with number 5. Next up, we have a deeply unsettling clip involving a young woman who fell asleep in a chair late at night. At first, nothing seems unusual. She appears to be in a light sleep, perhaps just dozing off after a long day. But soon, things take a disturbing turn. Her body starts to twitch. Her legs shift nervously. Her arms begin to tremble uncontrollably. There's something deeply unnatural about the way she moves. It's not the calm motion of someone dreaming. It's agitated, jerky, almost like she's being disturbed by a force that doesn't belong. According to the girl, she was experiencing a vivid nightmare. But not just any nightmare. She claimed to feel as if something was in the room with her, watching, whispering, and at one point, pressing down on her chest, making it difficult to breathe. We see that moment on the footage. Her head jerks. Her breathing becomes erratic. She gasps for air, as if something invisible is draining the life out of her in real time. The video continues for several minutes. No cuts, no edits, just pure, raw footage of a young woman battling something unseen, something that may not be a figment of her imagination at all. She later explained that this wasn't the first time. She's had multiple episodes like this, always at night, always when she's alone, and each time it feels more intense, more malevolent. So the question remains, are we witnessing a medical condition, a recurring nightmare, or is this the result of an actual paranormal entity haunting her sleep? You decide. Let us know what you think in the comments. This next video is deeply unsettling. It was filmed by a young man sitting alone in his car late at night, deep in the woods. He was resting, maybe waiting for someone, when something strange began to unfold. At first, he heard faint noises, an odd scraping, or perhaps a distant howl. Initially, he assumed it was an animal or maybe just branches swaying. But the sounds repeated, this time much closer, and it became clear that something was wrong. Moments later, we see a dark figure briefly appear in the window. It only stays for a second, but its shape is disturbing, vaguely animal-like, yet too thin, too distorted to be anything natural. It vanishes just as quickly as it came. The guy, clearly shaken, keeps filming. The camera shakes in his hands. The creature doesn't appear again, but its presence is felt. We hear twigs snapping, heavy breathing, and strange, unidentifiable sounds right outside the car. It seems to circle the vehicle, watching from the shadows. Eventually, the sounds fade into the distance. The man's breathing grows heavier. He's trying to stay calm, but the fear is clear. What was it? A wild animal passing through? Or something far more sinister? The video ends without explanation, leaving us with one chilling thought. Maybe that night he came face to face with something that shouldn't exist. This next video sends real chills down the spine. It feels like a scene torn straight from a nightmare. The footage shows a girl peacefully sleeping in her home. At first glance, everything seems normal. Just another quiet night. But that illusion doesn't last long. A few minutes in, something changes. The girl starts moving in her sleep, but not like someone dreaming. Her body begins to twitch violently. Her limbs jerk unnaturally, like something invisible is pulling her, controlling her. The movements are chaotic, disturbing, wrong. Later, the girl explained that she wasn't having a dream. No images, no sound, just complete darkness, and the terrifying sensation that she wasn't alone. That something or someone was standing right next to her, watching, breathing. Could this be a case of sleep paralysis? Possibly, but the motions seemed too violent, too erratic. And if you look closely, very closely, there seems to be something flickering in the background, just for a split second, almost like a shadow. The footage ends abruptly, offering no closure. What happened that night? Why her? Was it a hoax? Clever editing? Or something far more sinister? Let us know what you think in the comments. But be careful, sometimes the screen you're watching from might just be a window, and something could be watching you back. This next video is a little different. You won't see any classic ghostly figures. No flickering shadows or translucent faces. But that doesn't make it any less terrifying. Sometimes the scariest things are the ones you can't see. The ones that happen just down the hall. It happened late at night. A young couple was asleep when they were startled awake by strange, unsettling noises coming from the basement. At first, they thought they imagined it. But then it happened again.
Hello? Oh my God!
Thuds, scraping, the sound of something moving downstairs. The guy decided to check it out. He grabbed his phone and started recording. His girlfriend stayed behind, watching nervously. As he approached the basement door, the house fell silent. He paused, then called out, "Is someone down there?" For a few seconds, nothing. Then, out of nowhere, the sound of rushing footsteps erupted from the basement. Heavy, fast, aggressive. Something was coming up the stairs. The couple panicked. You can hear their fear, see the camera shake. They run. The steps get louder, and then the video cuts off. Was it an intruder? Someone hiding down there? Or something not human? Let us know what you think in the comments. But before you go to bed tonight, maybe double-check your basement door, just in case. This final clip for today is downright terrifying. According to the person who shared it, the incident happened in a hotel during a late-night business trip. He had stepped out of his room to grab something from the vending machine. Walking through the dimly lit hallway, he suddenly noticed something deeply unsettling up ahead. Standing near the far end of the corridor was a strange white figure. At first glance, it looked like someone draped in a bedsheet, almost like a Halloween prank. But something felt off. The figure wasn't moving normally. It was small in size, maybe half the height of a regular person, and its movements were twitchy, as if it were bouncing in place or floating slightly above the ground. It didn't make a sound. It just stood there, swaying gently. But then it turned and seemed to notice the guy recording. What happened next was terrifying. The figure suddenly lunged forward and began sprinting down the hallway, fast and erratic. The guy panicked and stumbled back, the phone shaking in his hands. Within seconds, the thing had disappeared around the corner. The guy later claimed he left the hotel immediately and didn't even bother grabbing his things. He still has no idea what he captured that night. A prank? Person? Or something truly unexplained? What do you think? Could you spend the night in that hotel after seeing this? What do you think this was? Real or fake? Leave your thoughts below. Thanks for watching. More terrifying stories are coming soon. Subscribe so you don't miss the next one.